There's no question, and the president's even said that if there are problems with Obamacare and the Republicans have constructive solutions, he's open to discussing them. I'm actually glad John's here tonight because he was at CBO, and I'm sure he read the whole report. And the whole report actually said a number of things that that weren't quite so damning, which you didn't mention, and haven't really been covered in the press. And we can go into some of those, but they include the fact that the CBO says that over the next 10 years, on balance, the ACA is going to increase the demand for goods and services, which is going to create jobs. The insurance premiums on the exchange are 15% lower than what people were projecting, which the CBO also noted. So there were a lot of things like this jobs report. There were a lot of things underneath the headline that were much more encouraging. And remember, the ACA wasn't, the Affordable Care Act wasn't a jobs bill. It was designed to get health insurance for people who were losing it.
Yeah, but by the way, Nancy Pelosi and some others sold it as a jobs bill. I don't want to let that go by. That was one of the sales, and the president himself wound up using that kind of rhetoric. I want to go to John Makin. Let me go to John Makin on this, because, John, look, if you have a job and you work hard and climb the ladder of opportunity, you're either going to lose your subsidy or you're going to pay higher tax rates. So that is a disincentive to work. That's a disincentive to work hard. And I think that hurts the growth of the overall economy.
Yeah, well, look, I think there are three things the economy is struggling with. One of them is the uncertainty that surrounds Obamacare and its implementation, both for employers and employees. I think that's still there. This hasn't been a smooth rollout at all. People don't know really what they're going to be spending for health care. And we don't have full information on where it's going, but a lot of people that I know are finding that they have to spend more. Secondly, of course, the regulation of financial markets, the Dodd-Frank legislation is still a big problem because banks have gone out of the lending business. And then finally, we have a lot of disincentives to grow in the world at large. Emerging markets are struggling and so on. So I'm seeing 2% growth. I'm seeing Obamacare not helping. And one of the reasons, a lot of people said at the start of the year, hey, when we start this year, there's no more fiscal drag. There's no more impact of the tax increases and spending cuts that we saw last year. That may be true to some extent, but we still have drags coming from all these regulations.
Well, I think Obamacare is a big drag. I think a lot of these businesses,